Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's had a great weekend so far. It is time for your live match preview as Leeds United are taking on Liverpool at Elland Road tomorrow evening in the Monday Night Football under the lights. Just before we get into it, I can see there's 12 of you in the building at the moment. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't already. It really helps get the stream out there. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. If you could do me a solid and hit that subscribe button, that would be brilliant. Hit that notification bell, and of course, get all of your comments in the live chat as we go, and I will be sure to flash as many of them up on screen as I can. Let's just get into a few of your comments straight off the bat. Freddie Max in the building. I think we only get a win with kamikaze football. Play tight won't work as we can't defend. Yeah, we'll be getting into that, I'm sure. I think mid-block, like we played a few games ago, might work against them. We can't just park the bus. The trouble is we have no idea who is fit or who is injured until an hour before the game. Yep, that's the only issue with Javi, isn't it? Is a little bit discreet when it comes to injuries and team news. We lack fullbacks with enough acceleration to keep up with their wingers. Yep, completely agree. Drama is the only one we have that might be quick enough yet, but unfortunately he's out on loan. Mark Hemingway says, evening, let's hope Leeds do the double over Liverpool tomorrow. Yep, that would be amazing. Good evening, Charlie. Okay, mate. All right, Manji, how we doing? Yorkie lad, evening, everyone. After this weekend and seeing other results, I am feeling better. Yep, which we will be getting into Yorkie lad in a little bit. I hope the defence has got Verba in it. I think Cooper and Warburcock will work well. Yeah, potentially. Obviously, I think you're indicating a back three there. I don't personally think we'll go with a back three, but you never know, do you? It's hard to predict a Leeds United lineup at the best of times. So then, let's just get straight into it then, guys. As I say, I can see the 16 in the building now. If you could smash a like, that would be brilliant. So then, I think someone's just touched upon it. I think it was Yorkie lad about the other results. The state of play at the minute is that nothing has changed regarding our league position. We are still 16th on 29 points going into tomorrow's game. All four teams below us have lost this weekend. Obviously, Everton got beat at home against Fulham yesterday. Southampton got beat by Palace. City beat Leicester, and Man United have just beaten Nottingham Forest for us. I never thought I'd be happy to see Man United win a game, but I can't lie, I was. Forest just looked all over the place. I think, spoiler alert, I actually do think the bottom three now will stay as it is. I did have Bournemouth in there a few weeks ago, but obviously Bournemouth, they beat Leicester last week, and then they beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium yesterday. A late winner in the 94th minute. Fair play to them. I think that's just pretty much secured them Premier League football for next season. I do think they'll be fine. Crystal Palace won again. I think they're fine. Wolves won. They're fine. So for me, it's probably from West Ham downwards now. Obviously, if Leeds United manage to get a win tomorrow, then we will go above West Ham on 32 points. We'll be a point clear of them in 15th. But for me, if you didn't catch it, I was on Kate's channel yesterday evening. It was a great chat over there. If you haven't already, go check Kate's channel out at Leeds Bird Rants. It was a good discussion over there. I did say on that, I'm not really too concerned about league position anymore now. I just want that gap at the bottom to be as wide as possible. If we are able to at least get a point in this game tomorrow, then it'll be 3 points clear of the bottom three, which, yeah, it is only one win for those teams. But at the end of the day, it is still a gap going into Fulham on Saturday. Obviously, if Leeds United could, in my opinion, do the unthinkable and get a win against Liverpool tomorrow, then that would be absolutely amazing for our confidence and just for the whole mentality moving forward for the remaining 7 fixtures. So, yeah, all in all, guys, it's not actually been that bad of a weekend. I think the fact we've had to wait all weekend, obviously, to play tomorrow, I was nervous going into it because I was looking at all of the fixtures yesterday. I was keeping an eye on them today. Obviously, West Ham managed to come back from 2-0 down against Arsenal, which fair play to them, but at least they didn't get a win. So they're not too far away from us. But yeah, I was nervous going into this weekend, but I'm a little bit more optimistic of the fact that the four teams below all lost and they all looked really, really poor in their games as well, which again gives me confidence. I know we finished the game terribly against Crystal Palace last week, but in isolation, it is just one half of football under Javi Gracia where we have played terribly. And regardless of what happens in this game tomorrow, I do have confidence that we can still stay in the division 100%. Let's just get into a few more of your comments. Julie's in the building. Evening, Julie. Most results have gone our way. Now it's up to us to give it one hell of a go and try and pull away a bit. Hope you're okay. Here's hoping. Yeah, I'm okay, Julie. Hope you are too. And yeah, look, we'll get onto it in a bit, but for me, this isn't a free hit. It is a game that I think we are capable of getting a point in. But if you watched Kate's stream last night, I am, I've got a feeling we're not going to get anything in this one. But as even if we don't get anything, the fact that it will just stay the same isn't the end of the world, given the teams that are below us being really poor at the minute as well. Kevin's in the building. We can't depend on getting results from weaker teams. Games are running out. We have to go for broke with Liverpool. A point not good enough with fewer games to play. Yeah, and I can understand that. Agree, Charlie. I see the bottom three gone. Yeah, I do think it'll be the bottom three that is there now. In all honesty, Mark's in the building. We need Somerville special, like when we played them away. I wouldn't have Somerville in the starting 11, but I understand what you mean there. Yeah, obviously he did get the winner at Anfield. We don't want to depend on other teams each week helping us out yet, but I think, Kevin, the position that we're in at the minute, we're obviously going to look at other teams, but I also agree that Leeds United just need to take care of their own business. Nick G's in the building. To go through a full week's Premier League schedule and end up in the same position is good news. Up to us now. Yep, exactly. And, even if we get beat tomorrow, um, at least we're in the same position in the league, which is good considering how it could have gone badly for us this weekend. Hopefully the lads have put the Palace shambles behind them and do a number on Liverpool. Yep, 100%. Man U lost 7-0. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Against Liverpool. Redemption is victory tomorrow night. Job still not over regardless. 5 overtimes, 2 with 7 to go. Yeah, exactly. Even if Leeds do get the win tomorrow, it is not over by any stretch of the imagination. It'll put us on 32 points. The gap will be 5 points of the bottom three, though, which I guess is a considerable gap. It'll be the biggest gap that it's been all season, probably. So if Leeds can get a result tomorrow, then it'll do wonders for our season. Any team can have a bad result. Yeah, completely agree. Mark, let's hope Bamford and Luke are on the bench. Hope Rodrigo and Nonto are starting and Cine. Yeah, we will get into your lineup predictions towards the end of the stream. Obviously, I did do a predicted 11 upload last night. So if you haven't already, go and check that out after this stream's ended so you can see what my predicted 11 is. I will tell you again at the end of the stream, though. But yeah, if you haven't already, go and check that out. So then, I'm just going to speak briefly about our opponents tomorrow then, Liverpool. One of the most unpredictable teams in the league at the minute, in my opinion. I think, they've had such an up and down season. You can put that down to maybe injuries that they've had. A lot of people think it's the loss of Sadio Mane going to Bayern, which has hampered their attacking threat. I think their defense, their defense has looked shaky for most of the season. And I think that midfield is a very aging midfield and it's just not got the same quality and the same threat that it's offered them in previous seasons when they've won the league, when they've won the Champions League, etc. And I just think that lack of maybe just out and out number 9 really for them has hampered them. And I think, They've brought in Cody Gagpo, but he seems to play as a bit of a false nine with Darwin and Salah on either side of him. But then when Luis Diaz comes back fit, which I think he's getting back into training at the minute, how will they line up top? Will it be Diaz, Darwin through the middle, and Salah? Will they put Gagpo into midfield as like an attacking midfield role? Who knows? Obviously, it's come out this week that they're now out of the race to sign Jude Bellingham. But I do think midfield is an area where Liverpool need to strengthen in the summer if they want to get back to their, you know, Champions League, their Premier League winning days. Obviously, top four is out of the question for them at the minute. At best, they could maybe get Europa League if they put a bit of form together. But as I've already said, they are really unpredictable. As Freddie said earlier, they beat Man United 7-0, but then the week after went to Bournemouth and got beat 1-0. Yes, they drew against Arsenal last week, but you know they've had some terrible results this season. You know, Brighton always seem to do a number on them. I think Wolves have beaten them. You know, they played Chelsea and it finished 0-0. That was an awful game. And they are not the beast that they are not the beast that they once were. Let's just be real. That is not me saying that they can't do a number on us tomorrow, because they definitely have the quality, the individual quality to hurt Leeds United tomorrow night and give us a very tough evening. However, even if they win the game, I can't see it being a hammering. I can't see them dominating us for the whole game. I think Leeds United will have their moments, and it's about picking those moments and making them count and being clinical. But yeah, I think we can definitely hurt them out wide. Sinistera up against Trent. I think Cine can absolutely have Trent's life. I think Trent, world class going forward in an attacking sense as a fullback, but defensively he is poor. And I think he's really been exposed so much this season. And I do think Sinistera can definitely give him a very torrid evening. Even out on the other side, I think Jack Harrison can definitely get at Andy Robertson as well, who, for me, again, isn't great defensively, but is world class going forward. You could argue Bamford maybe could be a good option in this one, going up against Van Dijk and Kanate, maybe for just his height, and hopefully, you know, he could hold up the ball well and all those attributes that he can do well on his day. But I think Bamford's recent form and the fact that Rodrigo is our top scorer means that Rodrigo should be in the starting 11 tomorrow 100%. So yeah, I look, as I'm actually speaking, I think I'm actually changing my own mind about how I think tomorrow will go. Obviously on Kate's channel yesterday, I did say that we would get beat 2-1. But I think as I'm kind of speaking now in my head, I'm thinking, I think I might be changing my mind there. Just getting to a few of your comments. Freddie's saying, can we paint the away dressing room pink? God, yeah, if only. Are we thinking Aronson needs to have a rest? Personally, I think he's put in a great graft when I've seen him. I mean, effort and endeavour, yeah, 10 out of 10 from Aronson, but actual end product and quality, probably 1 out of 10. Yeah, we'll speak about that in a bit when we do our predicted lineups. Let's hope they can shock and surprise us tomorrow and get something from the game. Yeah, 100%. Let's hope we can put our chances away and be positive. Exactly. And look, whatever happens in this game tomorrow, even if we lose, I just want to see a reaction. I want to see a positive performance. I want to give a good account of ourselves. Make Liverpool work for it. If they're going to beat us, make them work for it. Don't be pushovers. Don't get walked over in midfield like what Palace did to us. Don't let your edge drop if they go a goal up. You know, and if we manage to go a goal up, don't take your foot off the pedal. Keep going at them. Keep pressuring them. You know, it's a Monday night, Elland Road, full capacity, under the lights, great atmosphere. Hopefully the fans can get behind them. And, you know, let's just have a bit of positivity, because that Palace game was awful. And Matt Davis is saying, let's hope Klopp doesn't officiate the match tomorrow. Yep, he pretty much turned into the ref the last time they came to Elland Road. I think it was when Harvey Elliott got that bad injury off Pascal Struijk, which should never have been a red card. I know Harvey Elliott came off pretty badly in that, but even Harvey Elliott himself said that it was never a red card. So yeah, I just want to point out, guys, there's 31 people in the building. That's great for a Sunday evening. If you haven't already, please smash a like on the stream. It really helps get the video out there. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Hit that notification bell and get all of your comments in the live chat. Klopp might rest up some of their key players, thinking it's just Leeds, could play to our advantage. I would agree if they actually had other competitions to play for, Yorkie lad, but I disagree with that. I think they need to be winning as many games as possible to even try and just get a Europa Conference League or a Europa League spot. So no, I think they'll be bang up for this game, really, to be honest. The Liverpool front three is scary. The rest of the team past its best. If we play our best front three, we can put the fright in them. Yeah, I think that's obviously their strongest area up top. I'm assuming it's going to be, Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, and Mo Salah up top. How Leeds would it be for Cody Gakpo to score against us as well after obviously that weird pursuit that we had of him at one point? But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Cine, Rodrigo, and Nonto to start, and we get goals for me. Yeah, you could be right there. And give Charlie a like. Thanks, Matt, there. Thank you very much, my friend. So let's just get into some more points, guys, as I have noted a few more down. So how Leeds United can hurt Liverpool. As I've already said, I think out wide, up against their fullbacks, I think is an area where Leeds United can really get at them. As I've already said, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been exposed so many times by worse teams than Leeds United in this league for his defensive frailties. I think Andy Robertson isn't great at the back either for them. Obviously, Kanate and Van Dijk are two top quality centre backs, but I think even they can be got at the minute. I think, as I've said, they are not the beast that they once were. In midfield, you've got Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and Thiago. It could even be, you could even throw Harvey Elliott in there. They may play Curtis Jones or that Stefan Becetic, I think he's called, that young midfielder. But I think, if Weston McKennie and Mark Rocker can have a similar level of game that they did against Nottingham Forest, then I think we can cause that midfield some serious problems. And I think if we get in the faces, if we're constantly on the front foot, which we should be being the home team, then I do think we can get at Liverpool, in all honesty. It's just, are we going to have that composure and that clinical edge in the final third to put our chances away? I do expect Liverpool to have slightly more of the ball, but as long as we can remain defensively solid and tight at the back, hopefully we can frustrate them. But if we do get counter attacks, if we get opportunities to get shots on goal, we at least need to be hitting the target and causing Alisson some serious pressure in goal. But yeah, I think, don't be giving cheap free kicks away in dangerous areas because, Trent Alexander-Arnold has got a wand of a right foot. But yeah, I do think we can hurt them. It's just, in the back of my head, I'm questioning the mentality after that Palace game. The fact that we've had to wait even longer to play, has that had a positive effect on them? Has it had a negative effect? Obviously, Kate was saying last night on her stream that she'd read an interview with Brendan Aronson where he was saying essentially that after the game in the changing room against Palace, it was very quiet and players weren't really speaking to each other. They've had a sports psychologist in who a few of them have had, meetings with to try and help their mentality. Which, fair play. If it works, it works. But if it doesn't, then, the players should have strong mentalities. They should be aware of the situation that Leeds United are in. And like I say, if we lose tomorrow, it'll be disappointing. But as long as it's not a hammering, as long as we give a good account of ourselves and it's a much better, positive performance than Crystal Palace, then at least, if we can take positives from it moving forward and be encouraged by it, then I still won't be worried as much. However, if it's another hammering it tomorrow evening, I think the confidence and the mentality will just be shot to pieces, and that is when I would seriously worry about the mentality of this squad. Nick G's saying they will assume they can win, so we need to get at them. Yeah, potentially they may be a little bit overconfident. Let's hope. Rasmus must surely get the nod. I would love to see JB in with Rocket with McKennie further forward. Yep, potentially, mate. Yeah, I think Darko JB would be a great shout. I don't see why not. I don't think we've really got anything to lose in that area. From what I've heard of him at under 21's level, he carries the ball well. His passing's good. So yeah, but I just think in the midst of a relegation battle, maybe that's why they're choosing to have more experienced players in there. Phil Bailey saying I think Javi will go for a major formation change compared with Palace, whether that is 5-4-1 or the same formation as he used at Anfield. That switched between 4-4-1-1 in possession to 6-3-1 without. Yeah, potentially. Like I say, I think Liverpool will have more of the ball. And I think out of possession, you'll see maybe a mid to low block. But I think, with the ball, I think it'll be quite expansive and hopefully we can hit them on the counter and cause them some serious issues. I think it's crucial we don't give free kicks unnecessarily. Yeah, I've just said that. Yeah, that's a really good point around the box. And that we actually test their keeper at every opportunity. Can we go down looking for fouls around their box for a change? Yeah, potentially, other teams get them, so why can't we? But I have a sneaky suspicion that if we tried that, it just wouldn't work with the refs in this league. Hill Football saying Bajcetic, he out of season. Oh, is he? All right, fair enough then. I didn't know that. The thought of Diaz coming back from injury on the Liverpool left wing against Luke is frightening to me. Is Luis Diaz available for this game? I'm not sure he is. I don't think he's ready to play yet. I just know he's back in training. If he's available and he plays, then yeah, Jesus. All four teams below us lost. Yep, exactly. Which is a good confidence booster. And Matt saying, not going to lie, last Sunday emotionally drained me. I'm fearing the worst and hoping for the best. Opportunity tomorrow night again. Yep, exactly. Hopefully it isn't another missed opportunity. Guys, there's 33 of you in the building at the moment. That's really good to see. As I've said already, please smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Share it with your friends, your family, your neighbours, whoever. Let's get more eyes on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you're brand new as well. There's plenty of content always at Chatting Leeds, and hit that notification bell. And of course, get your comments in and I will flash them up on screen. So, just a random question that I wanted to throw out, guys, regarding this game. Is this a free hit? Is it? Because I've seen comments at the beginning of the stream saying that it isn't. I've seen people on Twitter saying, that this isn't a free hit. The only reason why I'm saying that is because you could look at Liverpool and the players that they have, and obviously say, if we lose out to them, as long as we play well, like I've already said, good account of ourselves, all that jazz, then you can look at it and go, well, they have got quality, and if we can take positives from it, great, and we move on. However, I don't think this is a free hit because, like I've said numerous times, and I'll say it again, they are not the team they once were. Might be the same team, similar team in terms of personnel, but I feel like the midfield isn't as good. I think the fullbacks can definitely be got at. And I think even the front three, as scary as it is, they've not exactly been majorly clinical in this game. Salah's missed two penalties that I can recall of recently against Bournemouth and against Arsenal last week. Don't think Darwin Núñez has been exactly the player that they hoped he would be for them. He's still been decent, but I don't think he's hit the heights that they expected. Cody Gakpo has been a little bit hit and miss for them. They're only just getting Diogo Jota back. Firmino comes in and out of the side. They've got Diaz injured. I think they've missed a lot going forward. And I think their defence has looked vulnerable at times. So for me, this is not a free hit. Leeds United can get something. If Bournemouth can beat them, if Bournemouth can go and beat Spurs as well, there's definitely teams in this league who can, who have done it against them. So why can't Leeds United be one? It'd be the first time. I think it'd be the first time that a team had done the double over Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in the Premier League if Leeds United get a win tomorrow. Even if we can get a point and just be unbeaten against them, I think that would be unreal, in fairness, given how poor our season has been. Yorkie lad saying Ailing hopefully won't be playing. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend, but his time is up. Yeah, completely agree. It's not, in my opinion. Did Bournemouth think that when they won? We have to go for the win. Exactly, like I've just said. If other teams can do it against them that are in and around us, then we can as well, 100%. If Bournemouth, Forest have beaten them at home, why can't we? Yeah, exactly. Forest beat them at their ground. Bournemouth have beaten them at their ground. Why can't we beat them at ours? Ashraf is in the building. Hi, guys. Every game now is a cup final. Yeah, 100%. We need something from this game. Should take advantage of home games and their position. Exactly. As I've just said, Bournemouth beat them at home. Forest, who are woeful, beat them at home. We need to make Elland Road a fortress. I think Elland Road should be a scary place for any team to come and play at. But I think a few times this season it's been quite easy for teams to come and play us at Elland Road, which is a bit worrying, when you would want, whoever you are, you want your home games to be, at least don't lose at home. You know what I mean? You need to be picking up points at home. We did it at the beginning of the season. Why not again? We have the players when they are firing. Exactly. If we can beat Liverpool at Anfield with Jesse Marsh playing that style of football that we played under him, then Javi Gracia can definitely at least get a point against them, 100%. So, yeah. And look, as I said earlier as well, I think the main thing that we just need to see is a reaction in this game. I have questioned the mentality of this squad a few times recently. Everton away, Forest away, Palace at home last week. Leicester away earlier on in the season, Fulham at home. There's been a lot of games this season where where certain individuals have just not looked bothered. I think the Patrick Bamford interview after the Palace game last week really, really irked me. Sorry, really got on my nerves. I was just smiling and acting so blasé and saying, I said at the beginning of the game, this game won't define our season or whatever nonsense he said. At least Weston McKennie came out after the game and looked deflated, looked annoyed. He looked peed off, and so he should be, because it shows he cares. But, as Brendan Aaronson's apparently said in this interview, nobody was speaking in the changing room. Sinisterra's said in an interview as well that I saw on Twitter that it was painful. I just hope that it hasn't had too much of a negative impact on them, because let's be honest, guys, for 35 minutes in that game against Palace, we were the better team. And I think once they equalised, I think the game just tipped on its head. And the second half was just one half of football where it all just went to bits. But the body language of the players on the pitch, even though it was going wrong, there was no leader out there. There was no one barking orders. There was no one trying to get everyone organised, keep their heads. Nonto seemed like he wanted to get sent off. I think his attitude has affected his game time under Javi Gracia of late. So, yeah, I just want to see a positive reaction regardless of the result. I want to see effort. I want to see desire. I want to see grit and determination. I want to see players playing for that badge. And I think as long as we see that effort, as long as we play well, the crowd will appreciate that. And, it just needs to be a positive reaction, because whatever happens in this game, there are winnable games moving forward. I know that Fulham beat Everton, but for me, Fulham is a winnable game given how we played against them in the FA Cup. I know they beat us, but I think on the night Leeds were the better team. We've got Leicester at home next Tuesday. That's huge. That is such a huge game. They are in absolute disarray. That has to be a win at Elland Road. Obviously, then we've got Bournemouth away, which I think will be difficult. City away. Let's move on. Then it's Newcastle at home, which unfortunately I'll be missing as I will be on holiday for that one. I'll be in Gran Canaria. But at least I can potentially drown my sorrows if that doesn't go well in the sunshine. Then we've got West Ham and Spurs. So, there's a mixture of games where we can get points. So I don't want people getting too worried if we don't pick anything up against Liverpool tomorrow. But, I just want to see a positive reaction. We do need to bounce back, as the title of the video suggests. Let's just get into a few more of the comments. Phil Bailey saying the win at Anfield was due in a large part to the width Nonto provided when he came in. Yeah, exactly. So it would probably be good to see him start. However, I don't think he will, even though I think he should. But we'll get onto lineups in a second. We have to go for it, take a few risks, earn your money. You have a great crowd behind you. Exactly. Yorkie lad agrees with Phil. Yeah. Enzio's saying would be a really massive 3 points for us if we win. Like some of the other people have said, Bournemouth and Forest beat them, so it shouldn't be seen as impossible to get points from them. Exactly. If teams of that caliber can beat Liverpool at their own ground, then we can beat them at Elland Road 100%. Because Elland Road is a much more intimidating place for an opposition team to go to than the Vitality and the City ground. Let's just be real here. Mark Hemingway is saying, let's hope there are no more punch-ups at half-time. Don't think Nonto will get on with the manager. I wouldn't say he doesn't get on with Javi. I just think maybe there's a bit of an attitude problem, given that he's only a young lad. He came on against Palace, and because it wasn't going well for us, it seemed like he was just having a tantrum. He got booked for kicking out at a player, then he ragged someone's shirt, which should have probably been a second bookable offence. I'm glad it wasn't, but that idea, that should have been a second yellow card, really. But yeah, I don't think there's like a dislike towards him. I just think he's trying to manage him in a slightly different way. I think we were putting a little bit too much pressure on him when Marsh was in charge because he was like the main man while Sinistera was injured. But I think we've got that much quality going forward now that we can take a little bit of the pressure off of Nonto, and he can be a great impact player off the bench in this game for me. So let's get on to lineups then, guys. So obviously, for those of you that haven't watched my predicted 11, the lineup that... All right, I'll do two lineups. The lineup that I would want to see is Melier, Christensen, Koch, Cooper, Firpo. Obviously, Firpo did come off injured last week, so if for whatever reason he is out, I expect to see Pascal at left back with Cooper at left centre back. Matt Rocker and Weston McKennie in the pivot. I would want to see Jack Harrison on the right, Cine on the left, Nonto in the 10, and Rodrigo up top. However, the lineup that I think Javi will go with and that he will pick is Melier in goal. Ayling will retain his spot at right back when he shouldn't do. Koch and Cooper, and again, Strauch or Firpo, depending on if Firpo is injured. Mark Rocker and Weston McKennie. I think it'll be Harrison and Cine, but I do think Brendan Aronson will retain his place. And I'll admit, I do think Patrick Bamford will start. I do. I think he'll pick him. I think he'll think coming up against Van Dijk and Kanate, I think he will think that Bamford is a good option. However, when you've got your top goal scorer sitting on the bench, for me, that's annoying. You're in the midst of a relegation battle. You need your goal scorers on the pitch, and Rodrigo has proven this season that he is our goal scorer. He is our main goal threat. He is way more clinical than Patrick Bamford. So I think having Rodrigo and Cine on the pitch at the same time from the off, I think will do Leeds United a great advantage. But it's if Javi Gracia sees it that way. Obviously, I'm not a Premier League manager, unfortunately. So who am I to, have a say? But that's the lineup that I would go with. But obviously, as I've just said, I think certain players will retain their places when they shouldn't do. So yeah, let's just get into some more comments. Let's hope that we've already had that one. I think Matt Davis is saying, I think Willie wants to play every minute. He loves it, but needs to understand side before self at times. Yeah, exactly. I expect life in Colombia says all bottom four teams lost. Now is our chance to take advantage. Exactly. Even a point would be huge. Yeah, it would. It would. Like I say, if we can get something from this game and not lose it, I think it'll be huge for us. I really, really do. As I say, guys, get your 11s in the lineup. Is there anything you'd change? Is there anything you'd like to see, or are you in agreement with me? Do you think players like Ayling, Aronson, Bamford, do you think they will retain their places even though they shouldn't? In my opinion, I do think they will. But, obviously, if it works, then it's brilliant. If they all go out and play really, really well, Leeds get a win, then it all looks a bit different. But for me, changes do have to be made. I think Rasmus should come in over Luke Ayling. I'm not saying Rasmus is better, but I just think we need something different at right back. I think teams, Darwin Núñez, well, Klopp will be telling Darwin Núñez to get at Luke Ayling. I think all the player will go down their left. Obviously, Salah coming up against Struijk or Firpo. I think I trust Struijk or Firpo to at least do a decent job on Mo Salah. Um, I don't trust Luke Ayling in a defensive aspect whatsoever. Mark Hemingway saying Rodrigo, Cine, Nonso, and Harrison, McKennie, Rocker, Firpo, Cooper, Robin, Cooper. Okay, fair enough. It's miracle if we get a point. Right, okay, fair enough. Charlie, your lineup. Yeah, exactly. My lineup is probably, and look, I'm not saying that I am the font of all knowledge and that I'm really knowledgeable on tactics and such, because I'm not. But that's the lineup that, I think is our best lineup at the minute. But for some reason, Javi seems to have these players that he's liking at the minute. He seems to like Ayling, seems to like Bamford, and he seems to like Aronson. Aronson. So, you know, who am who are we to question that, I suppose. Jerry's saying that he's worried about our backline and goalkeeper. Salah could cut through our defence, and goalkeeper has at least one mistake every game. Really worried. Yeah, I can understand that. Melier has not been great this season. I think he needs to command his box a bit more. He needs to be a little bit more authoritative at set pieces. Times when he punches the ball out, when he could catch it. I think his distribution's been shocking all season. And yeah, he really needs to start barking orders at that back four, because it isn't just the back four, it's the back five, really, including the keeper. I do think a lot of the goals that we've conceded are as a result of our poor defending, though. I don't think we can blame Melier for every goal, but there's been a lot of goals this season that you can look at and think, yeah, Melier should have done better. Rodrigo should play. Only reason Bamford plays is that his hold up play is better than Rodrigo. Yeah, it is, but of late it hasn't been, Scott. It hasn't. I think Bamford. I've been a big defender of Patrick Bamford on this channel. I've always said, that I can understand why he gets picked for certain games due to his hold-up play, etc. But I do think recently his hold-up play has been poor. Ball just seems to bounce off him a lot, in my opinion. Ayling must be dropped. Yeah, exactly. Abba's saying, but we actually have to improve our attacking. Yeah, we do. We need to be more clinical and take our chances more 100%, which is why I think Rodrigo should start, as I think I would trust him more to take chances over Patrick Bamford. Arship is saying any world-class keeper would struggle with our defence, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. And Matt's saying Ayling is being consistently targeted by opposition. Kindest thing to do is give him time to reset. Bamford's hold-up play has not been great. Yeah, exactly, Matt. You've hit the nail on the head there. I think Klopp will be targeting that left-hand side to come up against Luke Ayling at right back. I think Rasmus is slightly better defensively than Luke Ayling as well. Not much better, but slightly better. And I think I would probably trust Rasmus more coming up against Darwin Núñez than I would Luke Ayling. Obviously, Rasmus did play. He did start the game at Anfield, where I thought, he handled Darwin Núñez pretty well. So yeah, and Manjeet's saying we need goals and Rodrigo should play 100%. So then, guys, before we close, before we bring this stream to an end, let's get some score predictions in. I'm going to change my score prediction. I'm going to hold my hands up, and I feel like I've talked a lot on this stream about how Leeds can get something. There's just before I go any further, there's 41 of you in the building. That's amazing. Please smash a like on the stream. It really does help get the video out there. Share it with your friends, your family, your neighbours, whoever. Let's get more eyes on the channel. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and get your score predictions in the chat. Max saying, is Rodrigo 100% fit? Yeah, maybe that's the reason why he's not starting of late. But for me, he should be more fit now. And yeah, he should start. But as I was saying, guys, I feel like I've talked myself around on the score prediction on Kate's stream yesterday. And even earlier on today, I was saying 2-1 Liverpool. I thought, their quality up top, I think, I thought was just slightly going to shine through and help them get the win. However, as I'm speaking, as I'm seeing comments in the chat, you've kind of won me over a little bit. I still don't think we'll win the game, but I do think we can get a point, and I will go with a 2-2 draw in this one. I do think we'll obviously concede, as we always do. But, as I've said, guys, even if Liverpool do win, I can see it being quite a tight game, to be fair. But yeah, I do think we'll draw the game now, and I will go with a 2-2. And if we can get that point, it opens up a 3-point gap between us and the relegation zone. We've got a decent goal difference on Everton and Nottingham Forest as well. So yeah. Mark's saying 2-1 to Leeds. That would be amazing, mate. That would actually be unreal. Hill Football is saying 1-1. He's also gone with a point. Our Shripper's saying tinted sunglasses on 1-1. Another point from our Shripper. Matt Davis is saying if Javi doesn't change it, then it says a lot about him. Loyalty won't save us. Liverpool to win 3-1. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I can understand you thinking there 100%. It is one of them games, isn't it, that I think Liverpool are that unpredictable. If the good Liverpool turn up, then I do think we'll lose. However, I feel like it's going to be the Liverpool that we've seen of late that potentially turn up, where I think we can definitely get something off them. Jerry's saying 3-0 to Liverpool. Would love to be wrong, but can't see it. Yeah, fair enough. Opponents from the start of the season have been especially singling out the right back and left back areas of Leeds defence, especially Rasmus and Ayling. Yeah, exactly. Scott saying after Sunday result, think their confidence is low, so going 4-0 Liverpool. Oh. Scott, what are you doing to me? I'm going tomorrow. I do not want to see us get hammered 4-0 at home. God. Nobody's mentioned Rutter. Yeah, fair enough, Mark. Yeah, you spot on. Nobody's mentioned Jorginho. I think the treatment of him's been a bit strange, considering he's our most expensive signing. I do feel like we need to see more of him, because when he has played, he has looked decent. But we're not the manager, are we? If I predict to win like I did versus Palace and laugh at Roy, then I end up with egg on my face. Yeah, true. I predicted a win in that one, to be fair. And I laughed at that Roy Hodgson appointment, but he's got 3 wins from 3 now, so fair play. 1-1 from Manji. Chris is saying Liverpool haven't scored away since against the bottom 10 this season. That's an interesting stat for you there. So let's hope that continues. 2-1 Leeds. If Nonto, Rodrigo and Cine front three, think we can cause them problems too. Yeah, 100%, mate. And we're worried about giving away free kicks and corners, though, as we've looked shocking defending them. But that's been the case since even when Bielsa had us in charge. We are always vulnerable at set pieces, corners, free kicks. I always, every time there's an opposition free kick in a dangerous area, every time there's a corner kick in the south stand, I'm stood like this with my hands behind my back, and I have my hood up, and I barely look, because I just can see what's going to happen. Even if teams don't score against us, we just look so shaky when we're defending set pieces. And JC has finally joined the party. Evening, pal. Evening, mate. I'm sure you'll watch it on the replay, mate, if you have only just joined. So yeah, I think we'll bring it to a close there, guys. Hopefully, Leeds United can get something in this game. It would be amazing. But if not, keep the faith, guys. There's still 7 games to go after this one. Plenty of twists and turns as well. But the good thing is that Leeds United have not gone any further down the league table. All 4 teams below us have lost this weekend, which has kept us in the same position, which is really, really good for us. Just get into a final few comments before we close the stream off. A victory will offset the Palace defeat, as Leeds were expected to pick up points against Palace and Forest, but not Liverpool. The hope is Liverpool will have the arrogance not to sit back. Yeah, exactly. JC's put a like in. And I'm going 1-1. That's from Joseph Williamson, going with a 1-1 draw. That's good to see. There's a lot of positivity, to be fair. There's been a few people predicting defeats, as expected. But the general consensus is quite positive, and Jay's just gone with a 3-2 win to Leeds. Brilliant. That's good positivity. I'm going with a 2-2 draw, which I still think would be a very good result against these. So yeah, I'm going to bring the stream to a close there, guys. We've had highs of about 42 people in the stream this evening. It's really good to see. Overwhelmed with all of your support lately. So yeah, let's just get into what content is coming over the channel over the next few days. So you can keep that notification bell hit. Obviously, there'll be no video tomorrow night, guys. It'll be a late one, me getting back from Elland Road tomorrow. And I will have work on Tuesday morning, but I will be back on Tuesday night with the final say, where we will speak a little bit more in depth about the Liverpool game. Then, obviously, you know, as we head into Fulham on Saturday, you'll get your predicted 11 on Thursday, your live match preview on Friday. Obviously, I am actually going to the Fulham game on Saturday. I'm going down to Craven Cottage on the coach from Elland Road. So there'll probably be no video that night. But basically, guys, what I'm saying, long story short, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, plenty of content coming. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed tonight's stream, and I will see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's go and get a positive result tomorrow, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.